Namaste. In this lecture, we are going to talk about another important theme in the economic survey, and that is festering twin deficit syndrome. You may be knowing that this twin balance sheet syndrome was being talked about in the previous year's economic survey also. What is happening with the Indian banking system is that there are lot of NPAs. Because of these lot of NPAs are non-performing assets. You already know from my economy course. These are non-performing assets. It means loans which are not being repaid for 90 days. These NPAs are creating impact on the balance sheet of the banks. So banks are not able to lend more to the companies. Companies in return, they are not making profits, and if companies are not making profit, they are not able to repay it to the banks. So the ability of the banks is dependent upon the ability of the borrowers. It means companies. And the situation of these companies to rebound, the situation for these companies to come out of this persistent cycle of low growth, low profit, is through some sort of capital support to them, and banks are not able to provide them. That is why the NPAs are reinforcing the problem of credit not picking up. This is known as twin balance sheet syndrome. Twin balance sheet syndrome means businesses are suffering, businesses profit is not there, and banks profit is not there, so banks are not able to give more loans, and companies are not able to repay. This is the NPA problem. This twin balance sheet problem was being talked about, I already mentioned in previous lecture also. What is new? In this lecture, what is new? So what we will do is that we will look at the data, how much is the NPA in India, and then some of the issues related to it, what are the initiatives, steps taken by Reserve Bank of India, and one of the big recommendation that is being given is related to PARA. That would be a bad bank. PARA, Public Assets Rehabilitation Agency. So we will be looking at what this PARA be and many other things. As I mentioned, we will be looking, the agenda would be, I'll be talking about the NPA situation in India, what are the issues related to it, what are the initiatives taken, and then the new PARA that is being suggested, what are the pros and cons of it. First thing first, now the economic survey data is old. So I tell you what is the NPA situation in India. Non-performing assets in India, it had reached 11% of the total advances of the banks. Out of this 11% of the bank, when you look at the real number, that is around 7 trillion. 7 trillion is 7 trillion rupees. This is the worth of NPAs. 7 trillion is the worth of NPAs. Ninety percent of all NPAs in banking system is with public sector banks. It means government owned banks, public sector banks. It means government owned banks are in more distress than private owned banks. Government banks were more reckless in giving loans than the private banks. Government banks took more risk. Government banks are a part of India's growth story. Let's say you just take the loan, chill, enjoy, spend. have growth in the economy, create jobs. Rest all will see. That is the problem of the government. So this is what the situation is related to NPA. Now, when you look at the NPA, and this NPA is leading to what I've already mentioned, twin balance sheet problem. Twin balance sheet problem. Twin balance sheet problem. To tackle this twin balance sheet problem, RBI had taken few of the initiatives. Few of the initiatives are being taken by the Reserve Bank of India. Let me briefly tell you about some of these initiatives which would be useful for you. One is, earlier, long back, there was CDR. Then SDR. Then you have S4A. These we have already talked in the class, that is your economy, Indian economy related class is there. Then there is 525. Then there is Asset Quality Review, AQR. These are the important things that we need to know. Asset Quality Review is nothing but reviewing the assets of the bank with strict classification and all that. This asset classification review was to identify whether there are bad loans. Bad loans are your NPA. So this was to find out the problem. So AQR is asset quality review, is what kind of asset do you have, banks have. So AQR is fine. Come to CDR. CDR is corporate, remember from my class, corporate debt restructuring. So you restructure the loan that is being provided to the companies. That is your CDR. Now under CDR only, or the different version of CDR can be your 525. So those big loans, like loans in, let's say, infrastructure. So infrastructure is one of the area where a lot of NPAs are there. So in infrastructure, what RBI had done is that it had allowed that if your loan is becoming NPA in infrastructure, you can restructure it. They are talking about amortization. This term is being used. What is amortization? Amortization is nothing but it is restructuring. So you say that the loan can be paid 25 years, can be the time. 25, this is here. So what they are saying, that 25 years restructuring is possible. Now in this restructuring, each 5 year there would be assessment, and amortization is nothing but you just pay the interest as of now. Amortization is you pay the interest as of now. In future you pay the principal amount. As of now you pay the interest, and in future you pay the principal amount. So this 525 is also a kind of CDR. Then comes SDR. SDR is nothing but allowing banks to have equity in the companies which are not repaying. So equity means ownership. So if a company has given loan to, if a bank has given loan to a company, if that company is not repaying, banks can take part of the equity and then they can sell this equity to some other company, and this company would certainly, when the bank is selling the ownership of a company to other company, bank would get the money. Through this, RBI thought that NPA problem would be solved, but no solution. Then S4A. S4A is the scheme for structuring of the stressed asset, scheme for sustainable structuring, scheme for sustainable structuring. What is sustainable structuring? I talked about it in the class, that you convert, all the banks are allowed to identify which part of the loan is sustainable, which part is not sustainable. The part that is sustainable, you take the repayment, and part that is not sustainable, you convert that into equity. So it is a mix. It is also being said that there is a possibility some of the unsustainable loan can be written off. Written off is that ummeed chhod diya, this is not going to come. So these were the initiatives which were being taken by RBI, and all these initiatives are a big failure. All these initiatives are a big failure. What has to be done? These initiatives are there, no solution seems to be there. In last 2 years, the NPAs had risen by double, 3.5 trillion to 7 trillion. This is the rate of rise in terms of the NPA. So NPAs are rising despite all the efforts. That is why the economic survey gives a suggestion, and that suggestion is that there is a need of para. Again, before we come to para, I talk about few of the things which are mentioned in the economic survey. Now, economic survey asks few questions. It says that why this NPA? Why double balance sheet syndrome? Why double balance sheet syndrome? Why this double balance sheet syndrome or twin balance sheet syndrome? This is the right term, TBS. Twin balance sheet syndrome. Twin balance sheet syndrome. Why? What caused it? Why it is there? Second issue that it says that how India had managed rapid growth. Despite this double balance sheet problem, companies are not getting loan, banks are in a difficult situation. Despite this, India had gone for the rapid growth that is there. Why India had achieved this rapid growth? Is this sustainable? So certainly no. And then the fourth question, it says that what should be done? What should be done? What should be done? Here it says what should be done. The solution is PARA, Public Assets Rehabilitation Agency. Now, why this twin balance sheet problem? The solution is the answer is very simple. That whenever there is growth, whenever there are good times, so in good times of Indian economy, and what were these good times? Good times were pre-2008. Pre-2008, 2008 was global. It was global financial crisis, GFC. Global financial crisis that emanated from United States of America, and that was based on what we know as the housing crisis, housing subprime crisis. This is also known as subprime crisis, right? So we have till 2008 companies were borrowing. Companies were borrowing more than they could sustain in the lean phase or difficult phases. So there was a blind borrowing by the companies, blind borrowing and investment. They thought that good times will always be there. They did not pay heed to Buddha's advice that bad times would always come. Pre-2008, this was the situation. Now, a lot of loan had been taken. Now, one term that appears in the chapter is your over-leveraged firm. Over-leveraged. What do you mean by over-leveraged? Over-leveraged is nothing but when company takes too much debt. Over-leveraged is nothing but too much debt, too much loan. When company's debt is too high, that is known as over-leveraged firm. There is another term that appears, that is your interest coverage. Interest coverage, IC, interest coverage. interest coverage 1. What does it mean by interest coverage IC1? IC1 is nothing but, interest coverage is nothing but when a company's earning, interest coverage 1 is when a company's earning is enough to pay for the loan. Pay for the loan that the company had taken. Interest, simply interest coverage. Import cover क्या होता है? If a country's foreign exchange reserve is enough to pay for the import. Interest coverage if the company's earning is enough to pay for the loan interest. There are various companies with interest coverage ratio less than 1. What does it mean? Less than 1? Less than 1 means when these companies are not earning, when companies are not earning enough to pay for the interest. So if the interest payment is, let's say, 100 rupees per month, and if the company is earning, okay, this would be reverse. Earning divided by the interest payment of the loan. This is the interest payment. Let's say if company has to pay 100 rupees as the interest payment, and if that company is earning only 90 rupees, if that company is earning only 90 rupees, then this interest coverage is less than 1. There are various companies in country, and these companies are increasing with time. There are 40% of these companies which are a problem, which are a part of the problem of NPA. These are companies with IC1. So 2-3 terms that you need to remember. One is already twin balance sheet. Number 2 is over leveraged firm. And number 3 is your interest coverage, that is IC1. So IC1 companies are increasing. Over leveraged firm are there. And these led to the problem of post 2008, because earning was not there, but they kept on. Before that, whatever loan they had taken, the business was not there, earning was not there, so they could not repay the loan. This is first thing that you need to know about why twin balance sheet problem. Then despite this TBS, because this twin balance sheet problem is there for 4-5 years, despite this TBS, why there is a rapid growth? Why banks are not on run? Why there is no bank run? Bank run means bank बंद हो जाना. बैंक रन होता है बैंक बंद हो जाना. बैंक रन is बैंक बंद हो जाना. Why there is no bank run so far? Let's look at this. The first reason that is being mentioned here is that, no, only 2 reasons. First reason why banks are not closing down, why there is no bank run, because banks are owned by the government. These are government owned. And if these are owned by the government, they don't have to worry even if they are making losses, because they know ultimately someone means government is going to recapitalize these. Government is going to recapitalize anytime soon, right? So unusual structure of Indian banking system, because government owned it, saved India from a bigger financial crisis. That is number 1. Number 2, economic survey says that India had followed the philosophy of give time to time. Give time to time. Give time to time. Give time to time means that if there is any problem with the economy, let it heal. Let it heal. So the banks did not chase those who had taken loan. Banks did not chase these people as steadfastly as they could have been. So the companies got more time, the banks gave more time. So it was like, okay, time will come. When good times come, certainly there would be repayment. So this is the second situation. Because of this, the bank run did not happen in India. Apart from this, the Indian loans more were in infrastructure sector. These were in infrastructure sector with long gestation periods, whereas in United States of America, the focus was on housing. So these collapsed suddenly, but infrastructure, we kept on giving loans in the hope that within 1 year, 2 year, 3 years time, economy will pick up. So this was again unique situation in India that is responsible for banks not collapsing or economy-wide impact not seen. Now, economic survey says why the initiatives which were being taken by Reserve Bank of India, why these initiatives did not work. Why these initiatives did not work? What is the reasons that there is a limited success? So it mentions some of the reasons. It says one is evergreening of loans. It says evergreening of loans. What do you understand by evergreening of loans? Evergreening of loans is when companies take loan, it means new loan to pay for the old loan. So overall payment of the old loan is happening, but new loans would enter into NPA, because if someone is not able to pay previous loan, how that person would pay this latest loan? So this is one first evergreening of loan. Then there is an initiative of JLF, Joint Lender Forum. These were a big failure. Joint Lender Forum. What is Joint Lender Forum? Joint Lender Forum is when 2-3 banks, when they together chase a pagoda. When 2-3-5 banks, when they together chase someone who had taken loan from them, so they could not come to conclusive decisions, right? There was no proper agreement between the various members of the Joint Lender Forum. So that was another failure. Another reason of this failure is that even under SARFAESI Act, under SARFAESI Act 2002, there is a provision of asset reconstruction companies, ARCs. Now ARCs in India, they are not up to that level that it can absorb so much losses which are there with the banks. So ARCs not that with capacity, with less capacity. So lack of ARCs and ARCs less capacity is also again responsible for India not able to convert this NPA situation into a normal situation. This situation is becoming worse and worse with the time, and proper incentive was missing. So any banker or managers, before writing off the loans, they had to think through, they had to think twice. And there is a situation nowadays in country, there is a mahol that anyone can be booked under the corruption wala act, anti-corruption law. So in the fear of being caught under anti-corruption, people, the company managers did not have the proper incentives and willingness to go ahead, right? Because we have already talked about these 4 C's, inspectors, right? Court, CVC, CBI and CAG. So no one wants to be seen as the corrupt person. So this was the situation, and because of that, these had failed. Now the solution that is being mentioned is PARA. What is the solution? Solution is PARA. What is PARA? PARA is public assets, public sector assets, public assets or public sector assets rehabilitation agency. Rehabilitation. It says rehabilitation. What does it mean by rehabilitation? Answer is lying there. Public sector rehabilitation, asset rehabilitation agency. What will happen? The economic survey says that this seems to be the only solution lying in front of us. And what this PARA would do, it would be nothing but all banks. Let's say what the number of banks. There are 27 public sector banks, and after 1st of April, you would see that these would be State Bank of associates of State Bank would be merged with State Bank, right? 5 associates would be merged with State Bank, so only 22 would be remaining. But as of now, 27 public sector banks. What this agency would do, that each bank would segregate its non-performing assets with performing assets. So we know some part of it performing or some part of it is NPA, or other way around. Some part is NPA and other part is performing asset. So this is, let's say, Bank 1, IndusInd Bank. Let's say this is Bank 2, that is your Bank of Maharashtra. Bank 2 also performing asset and non-performing asset. Then Bank 3. So all the banks, Bank 3, let's say Punjab National Bank, they also having performing assets and non-performing assets. What this para would do is that this will take or purchase all the, this would be a big public sector, indirectly I say this would be an asset reconstruction company. Simple. What this bank would do, all the NPAs would be transferred to para. Para would be government agency. All NPAs would be transferred to para. All NPAs in the system would be transferred to para. So all banks would be dealing with only their performing asset. It means bank's job is only, now there is no situation, no problem of NPA with the banks. Now banks would keep on giving more loans. Now they would give more loans. Because they would give more loans, these would create growth in the economy and credit sector growth would be there. This is what it says. Performing assets. Just look at the situation. All NPAs transferring to one part, and ultimately this para would look at the viability. If any loan is not viable, then they would write it off. Writing off means they are not going to change it. डूब गया, कोई जरूरत नहीं देने का. And if it is possible, maybe restructuring, maybe in future if they can get it, they will get it. And government would capitalize this para. Government would capitalize this para. This is the whole situation. This para, when you read the newspaper, there is a term known as bad bank. Bad bank. What is this bad bank? This bad bank is nothing but this is para. They are saying that government is going to create. It is a suggestion and seriously thinking. Government is seriously thinking about it. So if government is seriously thinking about it, this would be known as bad bank. What would be the name of it? Bad bank. Bad bank is nothing but taking all NPS. Yes, शिव होगा शिव. सारा जहर पिएंगे ये. All poison would be taken by this para or bad bank. If government provides the capital, that's okay. This would be their dedicated agency. So indirectly dedicated agency for those who are not repaying. I bring one interesting question here. When someone talks about writing off the loans of the farmers, agricultural loan, everyone has a problem. All experts would come and say, no, this will create bad credit environment. Credit behavior would be changed. People would not pay. They would expect that in future loans would be written off. Maaf kar dega. And when you talk about the corporate, no hue and cry. Everyone is supporting it that yes, this idea should be implemented. ऐसा ही है भाई. This is what it is. This is what the economic survey says. So to conclude, the last economic survey, previous economic survey had talked about 4 R's. 4 R की बात किया था. These 4 R's were: number 1, reform. Whatever reform is required, please make the reforms. Then it talked about recognition. Recognize where the problem lies, which banks are having the NPA problem. Third thing, it talks about the recapitalization. That recapitalize, yani provide more capital to the banks. And then finally resolve or resolution. Resolve the issue. these 4 things it talked about. Survey says that reform kuch nahi hua, nothing had happened on reform front. Recapitalization had certainly happened under Indradhanush scheme, right? ये इंद्रधनुष टीका देने वाली नहीं है. This इंद्रधनुष is government would provide 1.7 lakh crore to the banks. So overall, when I have mentioned na 7 trillion rupees is the NPA, trillion is nothing but it is lakh crore. Trillion is lakh crore. So in India, the loans are of 7 lakh crore. The NPAs are of 7 lakh crore. This is the situation in India that you need to keep in mind. So these 4R has failed. There is a need for para. This is what the economic survey says. I personally do not agree with this concept of para. If para is there, then all those who are not able to repay the loan, their loan should be written off. But this is not happening. So, क्या करें? This is what it is. ठीक है? Thank you. God bless you. Take care. Enjoy. Chill मारो. Next video देखने से पहले चाय वाय पी लो. Thank you.